heart into something gold. Knew I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your wave right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. What I do, what I do, what I do right now. For you, for you. If you
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
see the world. Aren't we all insistent to be small? Subdivide. I'll show you how it's done. There's no sight, we go inside. The man is the one. You build your walls, faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission to bring an end to a terrible land. We are here to your mission. We are many of one. We're coming home with a mission to tear you down from your undeserved throne. We can take your conviction. We are many of one. You may call it a virus, but we call it the antidote. It's an answer to silence. The future is here to revolt. Go!
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams out lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side, I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. blue skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
ESL 1 is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, GG Bet, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and DHL.
These are those moments I don't think anybody else is going to forget.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to our Saturday Brawl here in the ESL 1 Birmingham 2020 Europe and CIS group stages. We're slowly coming towards the end as well of the group stages and heading slowly towards the playoffs as well, where we have teams already securing their spots. Some teams are already out, but in this battle, we still have one team that has a chance, or at least a shot, with maybe even the tiebreakers or a possible top 4 finish as well. It will be Family Team still having a chance, while Gambit Esports already out and playing for Prime, Honor, and, you know, the fame. But let's see what's going to happen here. My name is T-Panda, and I'm joined by Kips as my co-caster. Kips, what do you think we're going to see here? Gambit Esports has been convincing, but not strong enough. Family Team have had their moments, and this is one where they have to shine.
Yeah, I think Gambit, the match I saw them play yesterday versus Navi, they had some strong points, but at the same time, it felt like they were not quite a convincing whole yet, unless they were in the lead. And I've been enjoying Blizzy's draft, but he clearly has a lot to learn there still yet. What I'm hoping most is that because there is nothing on the line for them anymore, they can let go a little bit and just treat this like the basically scrims they are.
Yeah, let off some steam, chill out, you know, enjoy the game that you're playing right now and learn as a team and take things forward to the next step. I feel like this is a good learning experience here for Gambit Esports, and especially going up against a team like Family Team, who are really, I would say, one of the most unpredictable teams in terms of what they're going to draft and how the whole picture comes together, because these guys can end up having an entire series of full unique heroes.
They definitely can. And it's worth remembering that this Family Team here are aggressive mode who came through the open qualifiers.
Yes.
So if they make it to the top 4, that's already a great achievement for them. And it is still within reach, but they gotta nail these next couple of series. So Gambit, they can't stand in the way. And I said this yesterday as well, but sometimes when you're out, it feels good to still have the power to drag other people down with you. If you can relish that, you can put a little bit of extra energy into these games that are already decided.
Yep.
Because let's face it, they're not.
Dire team are now picking.
Well, at least in Family Team situation, every team in Group A have already played 5 games, so the majority of the teams will be playing on both of these days, today and tomorrow. So if Family Team were to succeed and pull out a 3-4 score, which is 3 wins is necessary to have a shot at the top 4. If you only have 2, there's no chance. You're out at that point. So 5 losses is too much to have. What it means is that they have to win this series, but it also means that they have to win against Viking GG, who are one of the most convincing teams in the group stages, sitting in 3rd place with 3-2 score. So there's a lot of obstacles ahead, and you have to take one game at a time to get the results that you're looking for. And now they will start off their draft. They got to select themselves the first pick, so they will take Enchantress while they've banned out the Rubik, which has been a huge pain for Enchantress in most games. And leaving some room for, well, Shaker at least has been banned, so if you want to go for these big ultimates, there's a shot at it for a family team.
Yep. And family team and Gambit here, interestingly enough, both mostly leave the highly contested cores in. So while the Lycan is out, the Queen of Pain is in. Also heroes like Mars that I've seen early bans, as well as something like the Void Spirit are still available.
Yeah.
It's all up to Gambit what they want to do right now. They've been leaning heavily on their Beastmaster before.
Well, let's get some heroes that really benefit from attack speed and damage, and overall getting buffed up. Ogre and Mirana both do the same thing. So we are looking at Gambit going for physical damage dealers. That could also mean the family team might respond with some heroes with a lot of armor. We're talking about maybe a very agility-based game here on both sides. That's just what I'm thinking right now when I see these attack speed buffers.
I also see a block pick for Cube's Mirana, who he controls that hero so well. His arrow timing is magnificent. So yeah, they won't get to play that. And I think that's for the better of Gambit. She's also going to be very good with his arrows to take down Enchantress's creeps with, so that's nice. No matter if she's played in a core or in a support role, though I would expect a support role for this Mirana, and there is Beastmaster.
Yep. Well, at least they'll leave that second support for later on in the draft, so might be their third pick to reveal the last support and then fix on the cores. Beastmaster, very good here for that vision game. You always want to have at least one vision hero in your draft, so that has now been taken care of. Very strong laner, can make things happen with a dangerous offlane duo, really shut down or slow down the opponent's carry and kind of push them backwards. So that's also something that Gambit have to take into account here if they decide to get themselves a farm-dependent hero. That lane is going to be really hard, so you're going to get pushed back by a few minutes at least. At the worst, even more than that.
Yep, this looks like a very strong offlane, and family also take out the troll, which is Gambit's go-to answer for a hard lane. Gambit, in turn, no Grimstroke, so no double Beastmaster Roar for you. And I'm expecting them to first pick up another support here. Or sorry, another support, excuse me. I'm thinking about this Mirana as a core still, and it shouldn't be. But you can put a flex hero here. At any rate, you already know your offlane, so... or your opposing offlane, so this would be where you could pick up the Troll Warlord. And you're going to have to think about it a bit more instead. Mirana can take care of some of these creeps, but not both the end creeps as well as the core. It's just too much to do at once. So ideally you get a hero that can stand up to that. And that's going to be rough.
I have a question for you, Kips.
Feels heavy, yes?
Do Gambit want to set up for Mirana's arrow here? Do they want another hero for it? Shadow Demon, for example? Which would be banned in this case, but is there something that they need? Is the Ogre Stun enough, or are they going to ignore it?
I think the Ogre Stun is enough. But Mars is a solid combination as well. Other classic options for Mirana Arrow are Winter Wyvern ult. You have, of course, Chronosphere as well. There is OD Imprisonment.
Yule's Carriers.
Yeah, Yule's Carriers in general, though we've seen at least Cube when he picked up this Mirana 5 seconds. Hurry. By Yule's himself.
Yeah, he would just do the setup himself.
And right now, for a lot of teams, Mars is a Yule's Carrier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mars definitely does that job really well. Isolating, grouping up enemies, allowing that primary initiation to happen. What I would really like here, now that they have the Mirana, kind of like the Mirana Arrow as a secondary or primary, and have Mars as the second, Mars is more reliable than the Mirana Arrow is until you have the Yules up and then set up for it. So there's decent amount of control. There's a lot of stunners, which definitely enables this Phantom Lancer a lot to just, you know, come in and poke, build up this PL to be big, and then just be an invincible destroying machine. And with the Shaker banned, a lot of AoE heroes banned, heroes that are really good against the PL, this is a really good pick here, especially into the Wind Ranger as well, which obviously, for at least for you and me, has never been a very convincing pick. But what do you think about the PL pick here for Gambit? Do you agree with me, or do you have something on your mind?
I think the PL is pretty good. It can still get out-tempoed by, say, a DK pick right here. I'd like the DK a lot. It would provide an extra reliable stun to a family team lineup. It's a solid mid laner. They're not going to get to pick a convincing mid matchup either way because they don't have the last pick. So, yeah, I like that a lot. And he deals decently with clearing PL illusions up until a certain point. Like, after the PL gets a heart, it becomes very rough. But they go with the Kunkka instead. So the other splash damage type tanky mid hero. Like this one a little bit less just because the X mark, you gotta get it on the right hero. And it's not at all guaranteed that you're going to manage to do that. It's a question of skill. They do have a lot of AoE to chip down health on all of these illusions first though, so that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, they definitely needed some kind of hero to deal with this PL, and at least with the illusions to at least try and clear them out. If Kunkka can build up enough damage before the PL builds up into a massive HP pool, it will provide PL a very much harder time. Also, now that you have a mid hero that's capable of rotating between the lanes as well, since Kunkka is not that guy who would sit in the mid lane and farm and go to camp, go to mid, go to camp, go to mid, but instead with this hero you could rotate around and still have the X mark available so that you can focus on two lanes at the same time. You have played offensive in your mid as well, so Gambit could either pick up a hero in, like, especially in the laning stage, where you've seen heroes like Death Prophet, for example, that would punish the tower when Kunkka goes for rotation. So all Gambit need to do is just keep this PL surviving for long enough to make him into a really big machine. But Family Team don't want to give that time and space. They want to play around their cooldowns, they pick up the Faceless Void, Chronosphere, they have a lot of stuff to throw into it. They have a pretty solid team in general, but their laning stage has always been the most worrying factor so far in this tournament.
It has been, yes. I do like the idea of, alright, the Marge has this really big bubble, we're gonna put a safe bubble of our own up against that. Of course, they can throw the Kunkka boat in there, they can throw Wind Ranger Power Shot into there, as well as just Wind Ranger's auto attacks. I'm not entirely convinced that that's going to be enough damage, though. If you catch anything but the Mirana here, it's going to be rough. And last pick, Timbersaw.
A hero...
So, GPK...
yeah.
Yeah, taking that into the mid lane.
Basically a hero that just ignores the majority of what Family Team have to throw at the Timbersaw. So I really like this pick from Gambit. That will be a really good space creator here to make that PL get the time that he needs. Pushing down towers and keeping up the pressure. In most cases, though, that if GPK is playing the mid Timbersaw, it would be that the Timber is just around there, and Family Team will have to focus on not allowing this Timbersaw to play the game that he wants. If Timber would be played in top or bottom, that's when you usually just ignore what Timber does, let him take the towers that he will, because he always does that, and after 15 minutes you start focusing on him. But if he's playing in the mid lane, you want to protect that mid tower, the dire the dire mid tier 1 tower, probably the most important tower in the entire game out of all the other objectives that are out there, except for the Ancient, of course. The defensive capability of the Timbersaw, plus the aggressiveness that this hero can give, and the mobility that it provides for a Timbersaw to play around mid, will force Family Team to play defensive and answer to Timbersaw's aggressions early on in the game as well. Do they have the damage to take him down is another question, though.
I'd very much doubt it. This support Wind Ranger offers one big nuke, and then after that her sustained damage output is right clicks, and very tiny right clicks too. Timbersaw, with all of his extra armor charges, doesn't give two hoots about that.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gents, it's start to kick off our first best of 3 series here of the day. It's going to be Gambit going up against Family Team. Family Team still fighting for the points to go into the playoffs, so let's see what's going to happen in this best of 3, where the stakes are still high for one team, and Gambit can pull off an upset here and maybe even end Family Team's tournament in this one series. Let's see what's going to happen.
Well, so far I definitely like their draft more. This Faceless Void needs to have a good start, but he is going to get harassed by the Mirana, bonked by Blizzy, and GPK has a great opportunity in this game to, yeah, play the aggressor on his own while his PL farms. And I have no doubt that if Dream gets big enough in this game, this PL is going to have serious trouble fighting him.
That's exactly what they need to do here, is just make sure that PL gets the tankiness that it requires. If you don't go Manta, you will have to get yourself Sanjin and Yasha for the stats. And at some point, the heart is a must-have for PL to go. And we have Focus and Yol trading a couple hits here. So Void will have to jump out from that. Lizzie will go for the outpost. Very standard move. At the same time, Dream is already being harassed by Skylark and Cube. Spartan is coming in as well. If he levels up the enchant, there's no doppelganger, but Skylark was already walking out. He wasn't sure if we could actually go in, and he's blocked by the trees as well, so not the best. This might just lead into Dream surviving. Okay, never mind. Shackle shot, first blood, and family team will take it.
I was wondering if that was going to happen as soon as I saw this ward here. Like, is he going to walk down to the low ground? Yep, he did, and at that point, you're toast.
I was a bit worried about the pathfinding there from the Beastmaster, but they still get it in the end. And they have to level up that Shackle shot to secure the kill.
Wind Ranger is going to feel okay about that. You ideally want to take the power shot first, just because you can secure range creep with that, you can harass at a safe distance with that, instead of having to get up close and personal to this ogre, who is lumbering on.
True, and you don't really need the wind run here at level 1 to be able to trade, because Ogre is just a guy who is begging you to, like, hit me, please. I'm a fat guy who just wants to come at you. So he will soak up hits, but they're going to focus the PL instead and just ignore the existence of this Ogre completely right now. So they're getting some trades into Dream, forcing him to burst out those tangos, get that region up. What I do like here, what Yol has done, is with a double melee lane, you have the Bloodlust leveled up first.
Yep, really good choice here. He's going to be walking down this boar, which is a crucial thing to do if you want to secure a melee lane against a Beastmaster. Make him put that boar away, or make him feed the extra gold. Either will do.
Then in this mid lane matchup, the Kunkka going up against the Timbersaw. This is GPK's lane to shine in right now, so Kunkka will do his best, but with the Timber racking up levels, Kunkka is going to have to build on some regen, so I'm thinking a bottle would be the option here. He's just going to build up more bracers, get those early stats up and running. Not going to be easy for Entaki here. GPK is already ahead, and he will continue to do so. Meanwhile, supports chasing each other. This is Exodus Vampire. Really good performances yesterday on the Treant Protector. Now focusing on Spartan, keeping him out of harm's way. Won't be able to help out the lane. But then again, Void versus Mars, I have a feeling that Focus should be doing alright here. And Focus, I think he's one of those promising carry players as well that I've been watching him for maybe around a year so far. Very capable player, but, you know, he's just never got his chance to shine. So maybe here, this could be the place to show himself.
Could very well be. And it's basically all up to, can he keep getting these time locks off. He just bashed Blizzy twice in a row there. Blizzy's not going to be happy with that. He hasn't yet either, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, so Spartan just brought an Alpha Wolf into lane to buff up Focus, and Nexus Vampire just arrowed it right away. Will Focus the Enchantress out of lane. Focus gets speared away. Quickly time walks his HP back. Just needs to be careful for overcommitments in this lane, because that cooldown very early on is really, really long.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It is, yes. And I think that if we see a kill happen in these lanes at all, it's probably either Spartan or Blizzy dying. Or on the bot lane,
or
Dream.
Dream.
If he can't... if he catches another Shackle.
Yep, they're gonna have to sustain a lot of hits, drop the PL low, and then look for the opening with the Shackle shot, so have to bait out the Doppelganger. I'm pretty sure the PL will hold on to that, and since your Beastmaster is a major damage dealer, if he's not in melee attack range of the PL, you can't get that Doppel forced out. The Spartan forcing out a Access Vampire wants to leap under the tower and cancel it. And he is in a bit of trouble. There's your last leap charge used up as well. Meanwhile, y'all will go down to the bot lane for Skylark. Family team now 2-0. Start their laning stage. With the 4-minute rune, it's going to be an illusion. That's really not going to help either of these mid laners. Plus, they're not even level 6, so even if it was a haste or a DD... Wait a second, top lane. Oh, Spartan with 27 HP survives the battle there with Excess Vampire.
Well, way to prove me wrong. And he's going to deny himself now.
Yep, smart choice. Just got the items off the courier as well, so... Denying himself. It does mean that Focus is going to be alone in this top lane for a bit. But I think Void is pretty happy to just be here alone. Get that solo XP up and running. Blizzy won't be able to harass him that much. Even if they got an arrow or do a lot of damage, Void still has that time walk to regenerate most of it back. And by that time, Ent should already be back up. And as he is, he's already respawned. So actually TPing bottom. So we might see some moves happening here. 5-minute bounty spawning. The Spartan looking for Yall Cube. Sitting in the river trying to maybe bait out this Ogre Magi. And here comes the Sukuchi Tormentor. Not the Sukuchi, I mean the Hadouken, that's the one. I'm messing up with 2 words.
Don't confuse yourself even more.
I'd always call it the Hadouken when he just throws that ball of...
I mean, it is a Hadouken.
It is a Hadouken, definitely. But it's definitely not a Sukuchi. So, anyway,
they're just going to dive this tower. They have so many creeps.
They do. The doppelganger still, now he uses it. The Spartan enchant is ready, but Skylark is too far away. And this is exactly, if the Beastmaster is in that melee range, the PL is fine.
Look at exactly who's actually
GPK, is he enough for a kill? No, Timber Chain uses the illusion rune and so close to getting the Kunkka there, but the TP home just in time.
Oof.
Gotta be careful with that, Timber.
That was too close for comfort. He loses so much HP from the way.
And as this bottom tower is going to go down 6 minutes in this game, this PL's not going to enjoy this at all. The catapult's still hitting. There's the tower kill. Beastmaster still level 4. The enchant onto Dream. He'll dispel it with the doppelganger. Once again, Skylark can't get close, but Yall is going to go into the lane.
Dream has skilled up to go into the lane though. Or sorry, go into the jungle though.
That's Dream dropping low here. 12 seconds for Doppel. This might be a kill right here. Spartan Impetus Spear is ready. Gonna save it for that one last throw. Ooh, the axis. 17 HP. And there we go. Dream will go down. Spartan will pick up the kill. It's 4-0 now for Family Team. Losing your PL means you're getting pushed back by at least a minute or two. He's already died twice in this lane. 17 last hits, the least out of any core in the game right now. Gambit not happy.
Not at all. They are going to lean heavily on GPK. That said, GPK is definitely in a position to be leaned on. He has big time won this mid lane, and he's pushing the mid tower now as well. And since so many of those heroes were spent on pushing the bot lane, he got half HP off of that mid tower without any resistance whatsoever from Family Team.
Nothing they can do. 24 stacks of armor. He's at 29 armor with a DD rune just chipping at this mid tower. This is Timber doing Timber things. Kunkka trying to cut the creep wave at the same time, but he will be intercepted by Excess Vampire. But you gotta keep on the move. Gotta dodge that arrow. In the tree line, GPK trying to get the slow to connect. There's Yall as well. There's the stun. Access Vampire arrow will connect. Kunkka has been stun locked. And now with the burst damage, do they have it? Yes, they do. GPK gets a kill on the Kunkka as well. So that is something for Gambit. That's their first kill of the game as well.
He was asking for that. And now they're coming to relieve this bot lane. It's going to be another Ogre stun, another arrow.
And Aurora has been used by Skylark as well. Did not see that one being used. But Excess Vampire and Yall coming in with the smoke. PL will initiate onto the Beastmaster. Skylark, gotta be careful. There's gonna be 2 stuns. This Vampire arrow will be dodged, so there's only the blast to throw at him. Skylark still hiding in the trees.
Excess Vampire is gonna die to the necro creeps.
Maybe. Yes, he will, but it's still a Beastmaster kill going in the way of Dream.
In the meantime, Blizzy is in mid lane.
Wind Ranger has been killed. There's a hasted up Timber Saw. And now they'll finally finish off that mid tower from Family Team.
This is a great equalizer. So Mars, first skill on his level 6, didn't even use the arena, but he has a soul ring, which is all that a Mars really needs in order to get moving around the map. And of course, GPK having the game of his life, and he needs to continue having the game of his life. Because all 3 lanes on Family's side did rather well. Faceless Void completely unmolested. Only the Kunkka probably feels a little bit left behind.
I think that was the smartness of Gambit here, that they got themselves the Timber last pick. Also surprised that Timber did go through the draft. It's been banned in almost every game.
Yes, but then again, this was a little bit of a surprising draft that way, because both DK as well as the Death Prophet also got through
True,
unpicked.
very
Never
true.
mind about the Quack.
Well, at least you can say that Family Team probably have the highest hero pool in this entire tournament out of any team.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. If they get to the playoffs, it could be a good surprise card, but they need to get there first, and that means that they need to win the series before that. They have to win both 2-0, pretty much.
Working with a large roster of heroes is often making it hard for yourself to adapt every single game, and Blizzy is in deep.
Arrow will miss.
Does he care,
Blizzy
though?
doesn't know should he go left or right, and he will find nobody with his ulti. The Spartan and Focus are out, but they did keep them away for long enough to secure the bounty runes in top.
As well as the outposts. Both outposts were controlled by the Dire, no EXP for Radiant.
Yep. Accidentally clicked the console, and console says no one hears you. Thank you, Gaben. Roar gonna be used up on the ogre in mid. No TPs coming in. They're gonna sack this support. Kill going for Skylark. Meanwhile, Gambit sees the rotation there. Blizzy could have actually gone for an ulti there to maybe catch the Enchantress. Void can always jump out. There's a Chronosphere landing onto GPK, and there's a boat coming in. The arena will be dropped out as well. Will connect onto the Timber. GPK still sitting on some HP, still alive for now, and they will take him down. Cube coming in with a power shot, so they make sure that he goes down on a nice shackle shot. Blizzy caught inside the tree, and it should be 2 kills going for Family Team. Skylark also gets the tower in mid.
That's your 2, well, don't want to say big cores down, but your 2 tempo cores down. And Exodus Vampire not landing anything during that engagement there. And now they have the problem of having 2 supports who don't really mesh all that well with their cores. There's, as you said before, do they want another setup for the Mirana? Yeah, they kinda do, but there's no way to get it into your drafts anymore. So, Mirana will miss her arrows sometimes, and Yol is a melee creep who gives bloodlust, but a melee creep nonetheless. He can tank a bit more than a melee creep as well.
Yep, he's a tanky boy. That's what the ogre is for. Buff up your team, enable their farm speed a bit faster. It's really useful here for the PL. Also good for almost any hero on their team right now, and I can definitely see Gambit's lineup working really well in the late game.
Oh yeah.
So much carry potential. Basically running a 3.5 core game.
It can work very well, but you'd have to get there.
That's always the question, isn't it, Kips? Can you get that far?
Can you get there? And while I like this lineup just for how the pieces fit together, that part makes me uncomfortable. I want the lineup that wins first in basically every single case, just because if you go late game, you're skipping all of the earlier winning opportunities, leaving them possibly to the enemy team. It's simple maths. If you can only win at 40 minutes, then who can win before that? It's the other guy.
Only 11 kills in this game so far. 2,000 gold lead for Family Team. Should be up in XP as well by a bit. 3.5k by the looks of it, at least looking graph. So we're finished with... Yeah.
Yeah, at very least Family Team let go of that top tower, so now Radiant can properly jungle trade. And they needed to, because their own jungle has been completely warded up, and they can't get that vision out of there.
And Skylark and Spartan are smoked up. There's Yol right next to Blizzy. See the Mars, but now they see the Ogre as well, but they will still go on the Mars. They're trying to get the interruption. Yol with a stun onto the Beastmaster. Torrent will connect. Blizzy will actually get his ulti off, so he will be managing the escape here. So Spartan trying to chase him down with the Impetus Spear. Meanwhile, Yol will go down. Blizzy will also fall as well, so Spartan does get another Impetus Spear to connect. So 2 kills For Family Team, they take the outpost back and they drive Dream away from there. Focus has been sitting in the bot lane, however. Not the best farm, I would say. I mean, he is second in net worth. He's been given a lot of time to farm up. 0 deaths on this Faceless Void. But you see those big items that he's lining up. The Battle Fury against the PL and the Mjolnir against the PL. Just his sole mission to fight him, man-fight him during these team fights and enable that the rest of his team is going to be crowd controlling. Kunkka isolating the right PL basically with the Tidebringer. Then you just throw in your Chrono, try and deal out as much damage as you can and just blow up people.
I just want to talk a little bit about that movement that Family Team just made. It is so good because I was just talking about this. Trade is finally going to enable Gambit to get some space on the map, but as it turns out, not if Family just move in there, claim the space back. They've even thrown their mango tree down just for that extra little bit of vision, and yeah, you see, Gambit knows the importance.
They will find Skylark. Not the best kill, but a kill nevertheless.
It's annihilated.
And at the same time, Family Mode looking to go bottom, but Exus Vampire knows best not to stay around. Focus has been living in this bottom lane for quite some time. Same place where Exus Vampire was just playing with his Treant Protector, just hiding in these trees for like 15 minutes.
He lives on that bot lane, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's established his new home.
I think
Doll in the trees, X Mark, Books,
yes.
Combo coming in, Spirit Vessel as well, so that's a kill. And 2 more Spirit Vessel charges for the Kunkka.
Look at him just surrendering to his fate there. You could see his shoulders sagging like, not this again.
Is that a boat in the harbor?
Not in the harbor, my friend. In your face. Yeah, okay. Man, it feels a bit like, you know, bullying the dump kid. He doesn't even know what's going on. Leave him alone.
I don't know, but he's lucky. Like,
that's true. He's skillful.
He's skillful. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Definitely skillful. And Taki gets the arcane in front of GPK, so a little bit of style points there with the torrent.
You know, also style points for that Beastmaster voice line.
Oh yes, I noticed that same.
Yes.
I've seen like when it comes to like Finnish players, when it comes to Boogie, if Boogie is playing Beastmaster, he will just spam it throughout the entire game.
Boogie talking? What is this?
Yep, and a roar in the top lane. So
That's
PL
just
forced
to
back, and there's a
establish
team fight in bottom. Blizzy dropping low, Spirit Vesseled up, forced to run out from his own arena. Focus. Chrono is up, so Spartan trying to look for an opening here. GPK does have his escape mechanisms ready. Focus could look for a Chrono here, and he might just go for the Timber Saw. Does he want to use it, though? Oh, look at that. They don't even need it. Torrent into the boat. The right click's coming in. The power shot is there, and now with the Chronosphere. But he is disarmed for a bit, so that halberd on GPK, and he's not even dying yet. Oh, my God. Come on, kill this guy already. There we go. Focus will get it. Meanwhile, Beastmaster did die for some movements, and that was Dream getting revenge after that roar.
Very nicely played there by Family Team on both sides of the map. That's how you make sure that the PL cannot be involved in the fight on bottom, and trading the Beastmaster for, well, what was previously the most farmed hero on the map is definitely a great trade.
Yol will be seen.
Dream is clawing his way back in there. Yeah. Yol will give his life for that. It's fine.
Give Cube the kill as well.
Cube is the skill shot master, isn't he?
He is.
You can say many things about Wind Ranger as a hero, but about Cube as a player, no.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, in general, I would say that he's a very skillful player overall. Like, I think we talked about him in the first game of Family Team that we cast during this week. I did mention about Cube being a very young, talented player, but he might be a bit hot-headed every now and then. So if he can keep us calm, he can be very good and very patient. Plus, he can be super aggressive at the same time. But when things don't go your way, there's still, you know, there's things that he can still learn.
Yep. Well, let's see if they can play a little bit careful just now, because Dream has his Diffusal Blade. This PL has a game now.
Will be found. We'll get the Shackle shot. The bits coming in. The roar onto the Timber. Impetus Spears might just do the trick here. And there comes the ulti from Blizzy, so they will not get the kill here on the Timber Saw. Blizzy, however, you're too deep, my friend. You should not have gone that far. You already saved your teammate, but now you give your life away for it. Exus Vampire won't get the arrow to connect. So Spartan dropping really low. Y'all is here as well. Dream will throw in some spears. The Diffusal Blade is now ready on the PL, but he has to be careful not to give his life too easily here. 1200 HP only. They will find Y'all. Y'all will get bursted up. 2 heroes gone from Gambit. Family team with that smart fake back. Get a support kill.
You can see that Gambit tried to prolong the fight even though Blizzy was already dead, because they'd really like to get these Phantom Lancer illusions chipping away at those backlines, but they don't have that long of a duration yet, and they aren't tanky yet either, so it'll probably take until that Sanjin Yasha is finished up before the PL illusions to really start being bothered.
Family team now going on Roshan and the contest. This coming from Gambit. They're full up on 5 heroes, but no Mirana ulti, so they're just gonna go ham at it. Skylark does a Chronosphere into the pit as well. Focus wants to secure the Aegis for himself. Skylark will go down as well to take the Aegis onto the Faceless Void. Blizzy now being tanking up by Focus. Dream is still there. It might go for a turnaround. The Doppelganger is now ready. It's a very slow time dilation there. So he finally gets his abilities back. And now Dream going for the jump in aggressively. Enchantress has been caught by the arrow. So once again, the arrow will connect from the Mirana. Nice 2-man Torrent coming in as well. Slowing down Gambit with their approach, and Taki trying to make his way out. Dream is still chasing him up, and they will take down the Kunkka as well. So Family team losing 2 members of their team. They do secure the Aegis with the Chronosphere for the Faceless Void, but Gambit find a little bit of a relief.
Very insistent on fighting with that Diffusal Blade, and they're right to as well. This is a very powerful time. You can see how much all of these heroes on the side of Family just suffer from getting chased down. And the Void, after his Chrono is down, he can't actually do anything anymore. He can't protect his team in any way, and Dream dodges a shackle.
No escape for him. He will roar up the right PL though, but he will still get blown up. There's another arrow which will not connect to Spartan. Yo, no, not like this. What are you doing? Not like this. Family team are giving away kills now. Even if they have the Aegis, they're just throwing bodies at Gambit right now. And they won't be able to even use it. But they are buying a bit of time for the Chronosphere to be up. It's still 80 seconds on cooldown, however. Blizzy dropping really... Wait, what? Hello?
This is where you tip him? I tip him.
Okay.
If I was coaching him right now, I'd tip him so hard.
Dream comboed up. Gambit just gave 2 kills for absolutely no reason. Okay. I think Family team might have messed up with Gambit's brain there with feeding bodies at them, and then they suddenly just get response kills, and they all go for the Faceless Void too, so... Okay.
You see what JPK just put into the mid lane?
Yes. Yes.
I love some self-awareness on my players, I do.
I love it that half of that spray is actually stuck on the trees.
Oh, X's Vampire! He threw his arrow on the X. I don't care that it led to nothing. That was brilliant.
Well, brilliant or not, everyone back alive. Dream is up as well on the PL. Will TP straight to mid. Mirana ult is available, so if they get themselves an opportunity to fight, this might be it. But PL wants a bit more time. He is just about to finish his Sanjin Yasha. But yeah, he will not go for the man to this game. SNY seems to be back in the game, and they smoke up the right next to Family team. So Spartan will pop it up, and Taki throws in his combo onto Blizzy. Will drop his ulti, but this Taki's on the edge of it. He's not inside it. There's a roar on the backline. Dream is in trouble. The PL might just end up being Focus here. Focus here coming in with the Chrono, and he dodges it with the Doppelganger. Absolutely crazy. Dream will dodge it. Focus in trouble. He will be speared. The Aegis will fall as well.
Wow.
And Taki trying to make his way out. GPK forces him out of this one, and
Arrowed.
Focus, you, my friend, will be punished for that. Absolutely fantastic there from the PL, and he saw that coming a mile away.
He did. That's some impressive patience, especially. I thought he was gonna pop it as soon as he saw the Void appear, but instead he holds, and he waits for the animation to go off. It's beautiful. That's just a team fight while on outplayed. Not very often that you get to see that at all.
Exactly. That, I mean, I've have like a few of those when I was casting the Nordic in-house league 2 years ago, I saw 3 missed chronos in the same game where people would use their blink daggers to get out. But this close to a fight, which is already going on, it's not like you're approaching the fight and initiating. You're already mid-fight, and you still get your doppelganger to get out of a chrono. You're pretty much in the middle of it, and you still walk out on the edge of it. Those you don't see every day, definitely, like you said, Kips.
If he gets unlucky there, I don't think it works.
Yeah, his illusion walks out, and his main hero stays inside
Yep.
it. But, you know, that's the thing. Well, I think Fast Fingers can also try and use for a little bait. Just, you know, walk out that doppelganger illusion that does 0 damage, but takes the same amount as your hero, and just walk it out. But what we saw was that was magnificent. Anyway, 24 minutes played. Family Team still ahead. 6,000 gold, 5,000 XP, and 25 minutes played. Gambit are getting the most out of it. Dream surviving that fight, closing up on Satanic, as he's just finished his Sanjin Yasha. Has an Imp Claw as well in his backpack. Does he want to change to that? Still holding on to the Aquila. I think the Aquila is there for a reason. And now he's finished off his Morbid Mask, so a bit of regeneration going in the way of the PL. And a smoke is going to happen by Gambit. Undetected by Family Team, who are moving around the bottom area right now. 3 smoked, and Dream will take the front here. Also have GPK coming in the lane. Looking for that 25-minute bounty contest, but they're slightly behind. Won't be able to catch up Family Team.
They got him. They got the Skylark, but they can't go for it. Blizzy doesn't have a blink dagger yet.
We'll place down a lane ward at least. Bit of vision there. And Beastmaster is finishing his Crimson Guard right now.
Very strong tool against that PL in the mid game.
Yep. Totally agree on that. And Family Team could potentially go for a counter smoke. All stacked up in here. But they don't have smokes on them, but they have vision. And Exis Vampire also has vision because they had that lane ward placed down, so he knows there's trouble ahead.
0 leaps. Okay.
Okay. He's out. He's taunting a bit.
Oh, were you looking for me? The item that I'm definitely looking for is Blizzy's Blink Dagger. This is actually going to allow him to go on the backline, blow up this Enchantress, and immediately make the fight much more equal.
I thought we were going to talk about the Ogre Midas for a bit.
Oh, I mean, you can talk about the Ogre Midas. Would you like to go off?
I mean, Ogre with Midas, it's like the Necro book on many heroes in the current meta right now, where you would just... People don't build Midas, like, almost at all, but Quops would build Necro books. I saw MTD playing yesterday with a Warlock mid with a Necro book and just insane amounts of farms. So Necro book seems to be the new farming item for any hero.
Can Necro book create extra gold out of thin air?
Well, not really, or can it? Looks like there's always room to farm.
That's the Midas
But then again, that's the Midas, but they will get the jump out with focus. He will not be there. Double stun coming in, looking for the Chronosphere. There we have it, but he's on the low ground. He will not use his jump, and Blizzy inside the pit. He will fall down. They have GPK in the front. Dream coming into the fight as well. Skylark has been slowed down. He still has his roll available, but no mana. No mana. Beautiful torrent though, but not enough to save Skylark's life, and they will lose both of their offlaners on both sides. And now, trying to look for Cube. He is being chased up by GPK. Another spear will connect onto him. He will be slowed down a bit. The arrow is very close to connecting from Exis Vampire, but he leaps into the battle. And it should be enough. Cube will die to the Spirit Vessel in the end.
That's a questionable Chronosphere to me. Can't call it anything else. You need to save your Chronosphere for the PL. Instead, as soon as he pops the Chrono, PL jumps onto the backline, disrupts the entire team fight, and yeah, you get to Mars out of it. He was over-positioned already. The amount of damage that he took while being shackled up there was huge. I don't think it's worth it.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Roche will be up in 30 seconds. Very quick respawn timer. I think that was about just a bit over a minute. However, is either team capable of contesting it? GPK sends its illusion into the pit, so they'll get information in a few seconds. Outpost will be secured by Dream. Now Gambit holding on to both of those. Skylark looking for a hunt here in mid, but there's a lot of Gambit heroes on the other side of the river. They need to be careful of.
Family definitely takes the Roche faster. But I'm not sure if they take the Roche as safely. For me, Gambit definitely has the advantage in the 5v5 fights right now. Even though the gold advantage is not in their favor at all. It doesn't matter. You have the PL. You have a way to take the fight that the enemy can't deal with.
Yep. They are sitting under a Gambit ops ward, so... Hey, okay, I think they finally got rid of it. Oh, wait, still there. Right here. If they smoke up... This ward is giving everything for them right now. Allowing Gambit to reposition themselves. Look at what Family Team want to do. And GPK will just slowly keep hitting this Roshan. We'll finally kill off the troll at least. Now they've smoked up. They smoked on the edge of that ops ward. And Gambit know exactly where they were a second ago. Dream hiding in the trees. Mirana ulti is about to run out though, and so will their smoke. No moves yet. 6 seconds for the Chronosphere to be up, and I think that's the go-to call for Family Team. GPK still inside the Roche pit, trying to bait them out. Now Dream will go inside as well. They're pinging the location. Skylark with the Hawk, still showing vision. 7k HP on Roche, who's going to take the first engagement. Cube will take the haste away from GPK, so he's got a lot of mobility. Shackle shot into the pit, so it will stun up the Timber Saw. Only for a bit, though. That Halbert is reducing the stun timer by quite a lot. Roche still sitting at 6k HP. Spartan coming in from the side. Skylark also wrapping around to the side. Gambit want to try and close the choke points. And they're out of the Roche pit for now. DPK still sitting around the Roche pit. Gotta be careful not to go ham on the high ground, but he does have backup right behind him. Necro units will be cleared out of the way.
You see Dream in mid. They want to engage
now. They're going. Blissey, where's the arena? Why is he not dropping it down? He doesn't want to use it yet. He's waiting for the focus, and now he gets it. There's a BKB, but Blissey's already deleted. He's instantly removed from the fight, so that's your arena gone. GPK is all alone in the back, and Gambit, they had all the opportunities. They had the advantage. Now it's gone. No chrono use for this. Family Team can happily now move towards the Roche pit. Spartan's already there, deboarding the area. They have the vision advantage right now, and they will go straight into the Roche pit. There is a buyback available for the Timber Saw, but there's not much that you can do right now. So Gambit are probably going to spread out and leave this Roche for Family Team.
I think they were trying to go at the same time with the Phantom Lancer coming up from the river. He's contesting, by the way. Ex's Vampire went in.
Well, he wants to do the best. He's just trying to right-click the Roche, and nobody else is doing it right now. There we go, and he will get killed as well. The buyback coming in from Spartan. The BKB popped by Focus, but the Aegis and Cheese will be given to the Void. Family Team looking for the killing blow here, and that would be catching Dream. Shackle Shot doesn't connect by Q. Focus will clear out these illusions out of the way. 5 versus 3 scenario here for Family Team. Pushing into mid, going to the tier 2 tower. Dream sitting right behind it, but he will get X mark. Does have a doppelganger, just needs to time it. Orange is there. Won't connect. Glyph used for a tier 2 tower as well. Interesting. They still have chrono and everything, so I would say Family Team could just go high ground from here, but they're using the Glyph. Gambit, that is Blissey, drops in the arena, and Focus is out of mana, so he's going to have to fight this one without the Chronosphere for now. BKB popped by Entaki, and Blissey will get blown up in this fight, and Dream is still in the middle of everything, so is GPK. They're both very tanky boys. There's a Satanic as well on the PL, so he could use it for extra regeneration out of this one, and Dream is just keeping up the pressure. He's right-clicking away, but there's only so much that he can do. Kunkka's already out of mana. GPK needs to bring out the damage for him. And there is no targets for Dream to hit. They're just kiting him out further and further and further away. They're finding Skylark Cube is there. He just does no damage at all right now. He's already burning out the mana that they can, but after that, the Diffusal Blade is just not going to be any more of an advantage. And a beautiful 2-man chrono here. They will take down XS Vampire. GPK shackle shot it to the tree. Spartan just kiting up Dream. Dream is feeling really frustrated right now that they aren't even focusing him because they don't have to. They're going to lose every other hero. GPK is down as well, and now it's down to Dream. I'm feeling like this is looking like a GG scenario like here, but let's see what's going to happen. Dream is still being chased up here. Skylark right behind him. Entaki, Cube is there. There's the Roar and the Wind Run. Sorry, not the Wind Run. They have the ulti from Wind Ranger to throw at him, and if those right clicks will be enough. And now it's time to force out buybacks.
Yes, it is. And this PL, who really itemized to just deal damage with his Diffusal Blade, doesn't do anything while the Crimson Guard is up, and then after he's burnt all the mana off, he again
You're
does
in
not
trouble.
deal any damage.
GPK with a buyback into the fight. Yol is already out. 50 seconds with no Ogre. This tower is still up. GPK right next to Focus. Focus still has the Aegis.
Skylark.
And by the looks of it, he still might even have a cheese on him. I've given it away or used it already. GPK can't do anything against this family team push. The tier 3 towers down, looking for the racks as well. GPK does manage to get a bit of extra distance. Exis Vampire's arrow will not connect onto anyone. There's the Aegis gone, and Taki will have to focus on this. Blizzy trying to tank hits, but he's dropping low. He has the arena. He will drop it down, but as soon as he does, he gets blown up as well. So Focus gets actually arrowed up. This is an opportunity to maybe take down the Void, but he does have his BKB available. Will jump out. The roar onto GPK. They finish off the melee racks, and the range racks are also in trouble. Focus will take them down. Jumps back to safety. Family team have gotten so much out of this ever since Roshan happened.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I just want to point out that the cheese being used is the only reason that Faceless Void had a chrono in that previous fight. He had no way to regain all that mana unless someone passed him a cheese and used it. You could check the items right now. There's no cheese anymore.
I was thinking, because I saw when that fight broke out in mid, that Void had 0 mana. Or not 0, he was sitting at like 150 or so, but that's not enough to cast the Chronosphere. So he was speared against the arena, while Gambit with the PL and the Timbersaw were just chasing down family team. And then he did get that Chrono off, so that was, yes, that was most likely because of he used the cheese to be able to get that. And he also caught Exis Vampire as well, so not only just the Timber, but also the Mirana caught in the same. And they're looking for Dream here. 3 seconds for a Chronosphere to be up, and Dream will take the man fight here. Doppelganger used. Does he want to use the Chrono? Yes, he will. And Dream is gone. 80 seconds, no Phantom Lancer. Family team, 21,000 gold ahead as we're 36 minutes into the game, and they are looking for the killing blow.
It might have been a bait though. The PL has buyback. Blizzy just smoked up. He wants to go into the back line. And family team might be very confident here, but
Blizzy will
not
find
deserved.
Skylark. No roar to be used right now. They're looking for the stun connection from Yol. Is he going to get it? He's thinking about it, but they're trying to stun lock the Beastmaster as long as they can. Can they blow him up, though? And there's the silence coming finally out. The Skylark is fine. GPK, the roar onto the Timbersaw. GPK will get blown up into the air, and the Timber is gone as well. So Dream with a buyback is now on the run. He has lost his teammates. His comrades have fallen, and he's alone right now with Exis Vampire and Yol. Yol only gets a stun onto the Conquer, and Dream will get chased down. He will get silenced up. He does have a Satanic, but it will only give so much, and GG is called. Gambit tap out from game 1, and family team still hold on to their playoff dreams.
And I just crashed out of Dota. That's a spectacular end.
No, it's not the first time this has happened. There's been a bit of issues with the battle pass, but that's cool. Family team take the victory, 32-13, 36 minutes in as well. So a very convincing win for this team. They got the time for the PL, but by the time PL had his items, he didn't seem to even cause a dent into family team.
Yep. And a lot of that is actually up to the way that family team had itemized, not only with the Crimson Guard on the Beastmaster, but also because the Kunkka bought a Radiance, but he didn't go for a straight Radiance. He wanted to be active earlier, so he went to a Spirit Vessel first, then finished up the Radiance afterwards. And that way, by the time that the PL was properly geared up and ready to go, the entire team of family team was already ready to meet him without having really dropped any sort of, lapses in their own tempo. So very well done by them.
That finishes game 1. We're going to take a break as usual until we set up for our second game. Should start in about 10-15 minutes. So we'll be back after the ad break.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear. No matter what your passion is, soccer, rugby, racing, or esports, become a part of the experience with the moments we deliver.
ESL 1 is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, GG Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and DHL.
Welcome back to the ESL 1 Birmingham 2020 group stages, our second last day of the groups and our first best of 3 series of the day, which is now 1-0 for family teams. So Gambit Esports, sitting in the last place of their group, has no chances of going into the playoffs in Group A. So they have already been relegated or eliminated at this point. So family teams still fight for their opportunity to continue. If they take this 2-0, would require that they also excel in their tomorrow's series and win that one too, which is going to be a really tight one as well against Viking GG. But they need to survive this one first. Gambit, however, have the chance of tying this up and stretch it into a game 3, like me and Kips. T-Pan and Kips, that is the caster duo. We've seen a lot of game 3s, at least in the games that we've been casting so far. Do you think, Kips, that Gambit has a chance tying this up? What do they need to do?
I think so, yes. Because they've shown pretty high quality play. I like a lot of their map movements. It's clear that there's people in there who want to play and know how to do it. I just feel like they've lacked conviction a bit. Their moves are a bit on the slow side. Their teamfight targeting is correct, but I don't feel like they're doing everything they can. And I imagine that if they get a good draft off here, the chances of them steamrolling by with, for example, just a good laning stage are pretty good. So who knows? They have switched the drafting out to Yol as well, who's taken over from Blizzy, who drafted the previous game. Not unheard of when you have a lineup with some new members that people just switch the draft around a bit, maybe to relax pressure off of each other, maybe to see, what the different opinions of the team are. And they're going to be faced by a Shadow Demon pickup so far.
This could potentially mean a Mirana as well for family team. Luna is also one pick they might want to go and combo with the Shadow Demon, but also the defensive hero, the turnaround hero. That is also very scary against some specific laners when played as pause 4. Like Morphling, I think, is like the most common hero to be afraid of Shadow Demon during the laning stage. So it's a good pick up here for the start of the draft here for family team. So a lot of things, a lot of setups, a lot of flexibility still available.
Yep. It's also a good counter to Mars, as well as to, for example, Necrophos, who has been very popular of late. So good overall hero to pick up, but as I was mumbling already, it's like, hey, Ember Spirits in. And I think that's what Gambit's thinking about right now. Ember, it's not ideal into Shadow Demon just because, yeah, there are going to be arrow setups here most likely. If you don't take the Mirana yourself here, you're going to have to play against families SD Mirana, and that has been painfully scary. They do go for it though.
Yeah, and oh yeah, it's the Witch Doctor. I love this one right here. It's been a while since we've seen a Witch Doctor being picked up, but I'm happy. So with the Ember Spirit pick, you already mentioned that Shadow Demon's strong against this hero. There's the setup as well to make sure that they can catch the Ember, but you need these so-called guaranteed stuns, single target lockdown to really put Ember in a scared spot. SD exactly isn't that, but if family team decide to go for the Mirana, then definitely they have the setup they need to catch the Ember Spirit.
And Gambit go with the defensive support, who is pretty good just with, cast bouncing off of these illusions that SD creates. As well as that, this is an external sustain, so the Ember Spirit doesn't have to do anything to be healed up by this Witch Doctor if the Witch Doctor is just standing next to him. And that could possibly help him through some nasty situations if he indeed gets instantly stunned out of the disruption. That said, with how much family team is thinking, they do it. They do it. But it feels like they were doubting it a bit, This is not a convinced Mirana pick. That says something.
What do you think they have to ban now with the SD Mirana picked up? What's the weakness of this this duo, Kips?
Honestly, that the lane that Mirana's in, she's going to want to leave that early. So your offlaner needs to be very sure and secure once she's got a couple of levels. Because she's only a passing visitor, shall we call it that?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. They banned another passing visitor, which is the Earthshaker walking around, fissuring lanes in mid, and also the lane that he usually plays in. Fissure blocks leading into kills. And Abaddon could be a really useful tool here. So if Abaddon is nearby and Ember, for example, gets bubble arrowed, you throw another bubble and dispel that stun and let your Ember roam around free. So you have a saving ability for him.
Yes, I really enjoy Abaddon, either as a support or as a core, I don't really care, with these heroes that make action happen early, and Ember Spirit excels at that. So we're going to see here if Gambit feels good enough to, lean into each other and say, all right, I can go in here. Normally this would be a bad idea, but I trust in you keeping me alive, okay?
And they will take the Morphling for themselves, so all right.
Great things to steal.
Definitely.
All of Abaddon's spells are really good. Of course, if you're man fighting someone, getting the silence on them with Curse of Avernus is really nice. And stealing an Ember Spirit, I've seen Morphlings morph into Ember Spirit and dodge things with Sleight of Fist. It's that's the stuff.
I think
Very curious to see if Focus can do that.
Yeah, I totally think that this Morphling is intended because of the Ember Spirit pick. That usefulness, the evasiveness given to this hero thanks to that, and also allowing Morphling to catch some people with the Searing Chains too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think...
It is a later pick though, and this is going to be a Morph Shadow Demon lane, most likely, maybe a tri-lane even. So they are leaning on the fact that they hopefully get to see Gambit scary here, but the problem is that they don't know if this is a core Abaddon yet. Core Abaddon into Morphling is not a very great lane, and yeah, it can still be core Abaddon if he trusts enough in his Enigma to get the lane back, but I imagine it to be a support Abaddon instead.
I'm thinking the same, that this is, this might be Exis Vampire, this could also be Blizzy Enigma. Which one? I haven't actually seen Exis Vampire play Enigma. I'm thinking Blizzy's gonna play a 3 Enigma here. And maybe even a safe lane support Abaddon. I don't know, it's not the greatest with the Ember Spirit, so Witch Doctor would make more sense, having a range hero and the stun save. But if the Mirana and Shadow Demon combo seems very scary, I would almost put the Abaddon with the Ember Spirit and just secure that Ember doesn't get blown up by the arrow and just get the shield to remove that stun right away.
Yeah,
Witch
it's
Doctor,
not a guaranteed
Enigma.
safe lane Ember yet, though.
Exactly.
TPK will play this most likely. The question is in which lane.
Yeah, because Witch Doctor and Abaddon as a lane doesn't really make any sense. That's why I'm kind of feeling like I never actually feel that Enigma is a great laner when it comes to like the meta that we play currently, since he's in a sense pretty defenseless early on. He's good at trading against supports, denying the farm from Morphling, but Morphling definitely can be big against the Enigma lane if Enigma just has a good support to keep the hard camp constantly pulled into his advantage, especially when it comes to the Radiant side. I think if you were playing a Radiant Enigma in the top lane, you would get much more benefit out of it. But since it's a Dire Enigma in the bottom lane, it's not the best exactly. I feel like you have a higher win rate as a Radiant Enigma than a Dire Enigma. But there's a Void Spirits, which makes things a bit tougher here for Gambit.
I am not the biggest fan of Void Spirit into Ember Spirit, just because Void Spirits with the nerfs, they weren't that significant, but he's going to have a lot of trouble actually taking Ember Spirit's max flame guard off. And combined with that, you have a physical damage shield. If you lane against the Ember has a magical damage shield. You deal magical damage to him, which he's going to break, and you receive magical damage, which you have no protection against, because Ember Spirit doesn't really deal his damage with right-clicking. He does it mostly, again, with the Flame Guard, that you're going to have trouble taking off. This is not a great matchup for Void Spirit anymore, and in the times where I've seen him go 50-50 in the lane, they also get out-roamed by the Ember Spirit. So this is a rough one. I'm not actually that big of a fan.
Well, they take away at least one hero with evasiveness, so they take away the puck. I think that's what Family Team kind of needed, was maybe a hero that gives the AoE control for them, so they definitely could look for some kind of AoE stun in their team to get some extra team fight, because Morphling already does a big amount of damage. Same with the Void Spirit, a lot of damage. Morphling also a really good tower hitter. You have SD for your defensiveness, you have Mirana for setups, and also buffing up these heroes. I think what they need is like an AoE stun or a blink stun or something to initiate with, and that's actually going to be a Razor for a tanky frontliner and just run at them.
And Abaddon absolutely loathes that hero. Enigma can't do that much against it either. It's a really good pickup against all of the possible lanes that Gambit are showing right now. And this is why they banned out the Quap as well. Just get rid of that one hero that can really easily break out of it. The other one would be Void Spirit, but he's also gone.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Although the Void Spirit, let me amend that. The link doesn't actually break if you don't get enough damage, or sorry, enough distance during your dissimulate. So Void Spirit is even, it would also be wobbly. Other options, well, Mirana's out, isn't she? So you gotta beat this Razor head on.
Let's begin the Dota.
Alright, let's see.
Mid-Ember it is.
Carry Weaver and a mid-Razor versus an Ember Spirit. So Razor should do great against the Ember Spirit. Yeah. Lizzie will be playing Enigma.
Unless Gambit pull off the ultimate debate here and put a Weaver mid, you can break the leash very fast, and you can also still last hit with that Weaver. It's just that he's so fragile. I'm not sure if you actually want to do that. You might just want to lean on the GPK Ember Spirit and say, fine, he's going to survive the lane. It's not going to be fun. He's going to last hit with Sleight of Fist, and it'll be fine.
Yep. But what I do like here is that the Abaddon will be a +5. So you have your save. Plus, if you decide to go for the Weaver carry, then you have a range hero with a lot of mobility, and Abaddon will have a much easier time to lane than with the Ember Spirit. What I don't like on Gambit's side is the Witch Doctor Enigma lane. You will slow down Family Team's farm a bit on the Morphling, but I don't see any kill potential here unless Enigma gets ahead in levels. So it's going to be a farm fest in the top lane unless they do very aggressive rotations. And you do have stuns, you have Maledict ticking in slowly, but Enigma's damage output is poor. All comes down to those level 3 or level 2 Eidolons.
Well, Family Team's team coordination isn't great there. There's only 3 of them falling over dead. 2. Oh, but it's better than Gambit's. It's better than Gambit's.
Well, let's see what's going to happen in game 2 between Family Team and Gambit. Gambit might need to get this tied up. Otherwise, they will be just playing for fame and honor here. Family Team definitely with a victory. You've already mentioned several times, but we have to think what's at stake here. It's a spot at the playoffs. The 2-0 victory would ease up the pressure a lot on their side.
It would, yeah. They're still in the running. So, who I'm going to call... Hey, now, that's just easy points there, Cube. Who I'm going to watch is, in fact, Cube. With these arrows, he has been absolutely immaculate with this in previous games, and Axis Vampire blocked his shot this time.
Yep,
And
interesting
Spartan is in a little bit deep.
Interesting 4 versus 3 fight here as well. Yol does have a shield now. Dream comes in as well, so Spartan very low. Dream is trying to go around the river, maybe 7 seconds for Shikuchi. Axis Vampire already goes down for focus, so Morphling gets his first blood, and we're not even half minute into the game yet. We're still in pre-game time.
Well, hey, means you can't miss it. Keep Panda Tours.
Exactly, I didn't miss it.
Interesting that I introduced Cube as the arrow-hitting man, and then promptly we get this Witch Doctor sacrificing himself so that the arrow may not hit at all. He knows. He knows.
But then again...
Top lane, Skylark getting hated on, big time.
One thing about that last play, they could have definitely let the arrow connect. Let the Abaddon just purge it away. Unless he was going to be the target of it. But then again, I mean... maybe not the best to stay too phased about that. Blizzy.
Maybe not.
Double Sage Mask. So we have the standard Necro build here. And just denying 2 of the creeps right away. So 1 melee and 1 ranged. That lane will slowly start sliding in. What I prefer, personally, when I'm playing an offlane Enigma, is I would block the easy camp with either a Sentry or an Obs. Just to make sure that that lane stays completely in Enigma's control. So there's no pulling capability. If they pull the hard camp, you can try and contest it with the Eidolons, and you can also snatch some XP for yourself if you're close enough. Mid lane, and Taki, 50 HP, does have a Fairy Fire using his Q, a bit of damage onto Dream. Dream trying to get the kill with Shikuchi, and Taki doesn't have himself a right click available there, so Dream will be able to get out. The salve will be used up by the Razor.
Dream doesn't have a salve of his own.
Yeah, he doesn't, he's just sitting on tangos right now.
And yeah, they do put the Weaver mid now, by the way. And this is exactly the scenario that I'm, well, let's say cautious of, is that this Weaver is going to do well if he avoids the man fight.
Yol wants to keep those stacks up and running. Doesn't get them all. Void Spirit will survive. Pops his salve. That's a Spartan chasing Axis Vampire. This is giving Blizzy some time to farm up. He's got this wave, this lane tranquility perfectly right in front of the tier 1 tower of the dire side of the map. So he's feeling really good right now. There's a courier coming in, and Axis Vampire. Eat the tango. Hit the courier just like that. Focus, this courier will die. He did get the items off it though, but a bit of money going in favor of Radiant. Bubble up on the Witch Doctor. Very heavy right click from Focus, and Focus will get the kill as well.
Yep. And all of these denies by the Enigma, by the way, are also the reason that Cube is not staying in that bot lane. He was lingering around to see if he could maybe get an arrow off, but the truth is that the wave is always going to be so far back.
Is he going to do it? Does he have the Shikuchi for it? Ooh, 45 HP, 50 HP. Who's going to get it? Cube comes in, and Taki survives with a shred of HP. He soaked away almost all of Weaver's right-click damage, and it was turning into a very scary point. I was like, all right, you have Shikuchi, doesn't have enough damage. No, it doesn't. Very close to getting a kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, as the support rotated, that means Skylark is all alone, silenced up by Yol. But the right-click damage isn't enough. An arrow will connect onto the Abaddon as well, so keep getting a few free hits in. GPK does have his abilities of cooldown now, but no need to use them there.
I must commend Dream for his ability to run into the Razor and avoid dying to the plasma field there. Everyone knows this, and everyone reflexively still runs outward when the ring has already passed him instead of inward. And that little touch there is like, alright, he knew what he was doing, he just, damage not in his favor.
And they're lining up on Excess Vampire again. A lot of damage coming in. I don't know why he has started off with Maledict. He has no saving capability, no casks. And what's your damage up with Blizzy? He will fall. Blizzy will get the right click onto
but Excess
Spartan.
Vampire doesn't get the experience, and now he's still level 1.
Yep.
Painful.
This is... I honestly still don't understand this lane. This, like, at least complete honesty from me, I don't know how this works. Especially since you don't have casks level 1. There's no way to save yourself from the SD bubble. Can't even throw the casks to slow them down a bit.
Well, it's here now. I just think he didn't expect it to take until literally 4 minutes 30.
Not sure if there was something to do with the Maledict when they were fighting at the pre-game before the bounties spawned. They tried to use it there and forced him to level it up, because that would definitely been a mistake. Focus has to wait for him away, and once again, Excess Vampire just getting punished and bullied by Spartan, and this is exactly what you do. You just cask him up after the bubble ends, make your escape.
Yep, and you'd have to be extremely unlucky for Spartan to not catch any of the bounces there.
He will secure the bounty runes 3-1 for family team, as well as the Spartan was able to put up the pressure. Takes away the invis as well from Dream. Doesn't break the clarity as well, so he'll keep his region up, walking back to bottom. Top, we haven't really looked at that much. GPK 27 and 6 on the Ember Spirit, doing a pretty good job here. Void also has a neat amount of XP. Last hit's 24, 25 at the moment. He's gonna hit level 6 soon. Have his escape mechanism.
And I just want to note that even though Dream looks like he is pretty much equal in the mid lane, if you look at the net worth, you can see that that's not true. He's been spending a lot more on regen than the Razor has. Just the innate tankiness of the Razor doing its job there. And that means that Dream only now finished up a bottle, couldn't take any of those runes previously, and Taki is level 6 and moves into some extra jungle farm.
Yep.
This is not the start you want for a Weaver. Maybe you can make something happen by rotating with this Max Sakuchi, but it's going to be a tough one.
Blizzy is halfway to level 6. If they're lucky, now that they have the Maledict, if he hits level 6, well, Yol is now here, so they will get even less XP for the Enigma. Means that if you black hole the Morphling in time before he hits his strength gain, he is a killable target. And Spartan will be Maledicted by Excess Vampire. They're coming in through the trees. Yol is going to be leading the charge. Bubbled up right away, so a bit of distance gained.
Something that I didn't mention yet is that Abaddon hates playing against Shadow Demon. You see, he got bubbled up, he hits himself twice, he is nearly silenced. It's not going to get better throughout the game. This is one of the reasons why this Abaddon could only ever be a +5. Now that I think about it more.
True. Have you ever played the Abaddon Manta build? It's a very cheeky one.
I have not, because I'm a +5
There's an arrow connecting onto Yol, dropping really low here. Focus getting the kill for himself, and he claims the bounty as well. With the whistling in the background, successful Focus. Has enough points in his strength gain, so Blizzy not able to secure a kill. Level 6 Enigma, 3 points in Eidolons, 2 points in Malefice, still holding on to either Midnight Pulse or Black Hole. You don't need a 3rd point in Malefice at this time. Dream will find Cube. Cube taking a lot of damage. Very mobile on this Mirana, though. There's the Crab Orchestra. One hit away. Not going to be enough. He does get lined up and just baited in by Cube. Focus. Maledicted up in the bot lane. But Malediction won't do much against this Morphling.
He's already had such a good lane. That said, he can't go up and personal with Blizzy anymore, because once he loses his mana, it's done with the Morphin.
Yep. It's Morphin time.
Though. Blizzy.
Blizzy very alone here. Not many help here. And Excess Vampire's dead as well. Yeah, there's not much to talk about that. That's, I mean, I've been waiting for this to happen for quite some time, that they're just going to
No
keep wiping
respect
these
for
two.
Blizzy blocking the arrow with his
Exactly.
necro creep there. It's why Cube's dying right now.
Pretty much. Still, it's a kill for Dream, that's alright, but Morphling is getting way too much out of this lane. So even if they block the arrows and leave one hero kill here for Gambit, this bottom lane is a disaster. It's a complete debacle, and they're so far behind. Enigma is so farm dependent. He is getting levels. He does have his necro books, so that's probably going to help him out a bit. But the main thing is that you want to slow down this Morphling. Morphling is second in net worth, tied with the Razor. Arrow, perfectly connected on the Abaddon. All stunned up for quite a long time. Focus, throwing in some right clicks, dodges the stun, not the stun, the bubble damage as well. So not even close to dying. Cube will be credited with the kill. And Taki in the mid lane. Exis Vampire waiting on the other side of the river. There's the leash coming in. He needs to try and break that, but no way they can go back into this. Cube is also in the mid lane. Almost level 6 on the Mirana.
Yep, and once that Moonlight's Shadow comes out, it's going to be so hard for Gambit to keep the Mirana from invading their terrain. And Skylark's also level 7 now. He is ready to burst some folks.
Yep, straight up axe build. Cheeky, but I love it. Hasn't even finished up boots. Who needs to worry about that? And Dream. I don't know what's happening with Gambit right now. This is... honestly, I'm starting to smell some tilt in the air.
Well, it depends a little bit on
Mental
which player
damage.
you're talking about. Mental damage, yes. Mental damage is when someone else when you specifically do it to someone. This is just frustration, but Blizzy and Exis Vampire did take the bottom outpost in a little sneaky move, and that does mean that the Radiant got no experience for that round. So it's not all bad.
It's not all bad. Only a 1k advantage in XP so far for family team. Not a huge one, but now trying to put some pressure on Spartan here. And Enigma has skipped his Black Hole entirely, and now he's in trouble. Arrowed up, takes a lot of damage from Cube here, and Taki gonna suck out the damage from this Enigma. So Spartan might even live through this. Y'all trying to dive him under the tower. Not gonna happen. Double kill for Taki. And Gambit are just in cramp. They are in shambles right now. Dream is coming in as well. Looking for a courier kill. Inside the trees, though. Won't find it. They're still sitting under this tower. If they get the bubble... Oh, okay. We're on alt. Not sure if they saw that one. This Vampire is in the trees. They might have been seen by this ward right here. But now Dream, they see him right there. It's the Spartan Blubble. Arrow coming in from Cube. We've seen this before, and it's going to happen once again. They take him out. Exis Vampire's around as well. And they will actually let him go away as he hides inside the trees. Won't be able to kill that one. But it's already 13 and 3, 11 minutes in. And Gambit are in weak shape. GPK will be killed by a Morphling turning into an Ember Spirit. Exis Vampire also in big trouble here. He does get shielded up, and now got to be careful not to get silenced up because Y'all is hitting him. Arrow coming in, but it's going to hit the creep. Exis Vampire will fall. Double kill for him. The courier will die as well. Y'all will fall as well. And family team are punishing for every single move Gambit are making right now. This is so one-sided, Kips.
I'm flabbergasted. I was thinking, alright, GPK is just, getting his core items up before doing anything. He is making decent progress on a Desolator. Playing it like a true safe laner, but that's... I don't even know how he gets into that scuffle with Focus right there. That's just not supposed to happen.
Yep.
At all.
I mean, this is looking like a matchmaking game where your enemy has an immortal player and the other one's highest is like Ancient 5. There's one guy, that's the Ember Spirit, GPK, trying to work out his best, farm out where he can, but the rest are just dying around.
Oh man, someone get Gambit to the burn hospital.
Yeah, it's just not looking too good for them. So Spartan got his ulti available, doesn't need to use it. The bubble is going to be there. They're going to just chase onto Y'all. No ultimate on the Abaddon. The support will be killed here. So Spartan gets the kill as well. Exis Vampire walking into lane. A level 10 Morphling approaching a level 4 Witch Doctor. What you gonna do? And there we go. Focus picks up the kill. Blizzy inside the trees as well will be seen, so they have the vision for it. GPK right behind him, though. The Necro units will soak up the Soul Catcher, so he will keep his HP intact. Dream is coming in as well. Now, an opportunity for Gambit because Abaddon is alive, TPing in. They catch anyone is the question. Focus is running away from Dream, and here comes the Ember Spirit. Focus is going to need some help. And they've used the Searing Chains. They have the Morphling. He will use his Ghost Scepter, moving into the trees, and Waveform TP home. Family team are not giving them anything.
That's such an anticlimax.
Yeah.
They're hoping to get one thing, just the one thing. It's only a single Morphling. He just waves into the trees.
It's all they want, and it's
outplay.
nothing that they get. Dream finds Cube,
Yeah.
but SA Spartan's around. But at least some light at the end of the tunnel. And that is not Dream dying. That is the bottom tier 1 tower getting focused here and pushed out. So they'll get a bit of money from that. They need Abaddon with level 6. They have a black hole
Are they
available
gonna
on
get
Blizzy.
it?
But
Are
the
they?
TP are coming in, so they might not even get it. And half of the HP already lost on the Abaddon, with Entaki using just one plasma field. Giving up the chase on the Abaddon. Here comes Cube onto the back line. They've also got the Ember Spirit still trying to juke out under the trees. And this is exactly who they want to find. They want to take him down. Yol will fall as well. GPK. There's not much you can do. And it's a double kill for Skylark.
No defensive remnants. And
Tips
Yol
are coming in.
still doesn't have his level 6.
This is, you know, with all the tips coming in, you already know what's happening here. They are all struggling. There's no map control going to be available in just a few more minutes. Gambit have to try. It's a slaughter, but Gambit are still trying to hold on to a shred of hope here. And it's either getting one big item here for either of their cores and maybe try and take a team fight after that. If they cannot win it, it's over. I think that's the move that they want to do. They can't keep on dodging forever. Family team's going to be taking more and more objectives at this pace, so they have to take a 5-on-5. Once they've finished the next item, there's like... The Desolator could be one thing for the Ember Spirit, and that could allow the Weaver to do some damage here. But once again, one hero found. Blizzy trying to close the gap. Dream. So Spartan could be definitely a kill here. He's still staying alive. How is he still alive? Oh no. Oh, it burns. It burns. GPK. Witch Doctor in trouble. Exus Vampire trying to get away from Skylark. Yol has his ulti. Will pop, but Exus Vampire is down. 4 versus 4. Still some chances for Gambit here. It will keep Yol alive for now. Popped up a salve. Regen up. An arrow will not connect from Cube. And there's a DD on this Morphling, which makes it even harder to take this fight for Gambit.
He's flying his E-Blade in. Look at that. Morph has an E-Blade before the Ember Spirit finishes even a single item, just his Desolator. And if Gambit weren't dropping like flies before, they're certainly going to now.
Abaddon, no ultimate available, arrowed up, and Taki, maximum damage from the plasma field, just evaporates him. But the Spartan will go down. And it looks like it's a second time for him as well. And Focus, black hold up, but he has his strength morph going up, and now they will instantly rotate onto this, and they will find themselves Dream. Once again, Blizzy in the middle, has nothing to give, and he will fall. Skylark finds GPK, but he's also disengaging from this. 3 heroes gone from Gambit. On the lucky side, Blizzy got a kill on the Razors, so that's not completely lost, this scenario. Skylark trying to make his way out, he jumps backwards, but it's not enough. It's a good attempt as a juke, but it's not going to be there. Cube giving the well-played sign as well.
That is 2 cores and 2 streaks down, though.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Only a small dent in the net worth graph, though. And GPK. Oh, Cube, solo kill. Leap. Starstorm. Right clicks. Whoa, you need like 2 more, but Dream and Yol are there, so he wouldn't have gotten in time. Now he's going to have to try and dodge out. The Crab Orchestra will connect, so no vision, no stuns. Exus Vampire won't get there in time to cast the casks, and he is out.
I think if GPK dies there, they just call it. I don't see how you come back from that.
I agree. The highest net worth hero for Gambit, and Enigma's second highest with the Necro book, has been able to farm up. Blink Dagger 700 gold away. There are some cancels though for that black hole until he has a BKB, but like we saw there, he managed to catch the Morphling. Morphling didn't die to it. So Spartan I think you should not be that cocky, or is it a bait all along? The Reap will actually tank out the arrow. Witch Doctor clears out the illusions with his ultimate, so that's support kill. Skylark hunting. EPK is nearby, and Morphling with a shotgun almost blows up Yol, but it's not enough. Arrow. Get approaching, won't connect. And they almost have that Desolator up in GPK. I would agree that if they have these... The Maelstrom is a bit too far away for the Weaver. But that Desolator and GPK... You think that's enough for their team fight to win? And if they do, I think Gambit's still in the game after that. And might even actually get it with this kill here. Just finished his Deso there. It's coming on the Courier. So Spartan being chased up by GPK. Needs to sacrifice some moves here for this kill, but he jumps out. Doesn't stay in, which is a smart move by him. GPK still keeping... He didn't even actually get the kill. It was given to the Witch Doctor. Out of all heroes. There's still 0 kills on the Ember Spirit, but he was part of it.
Like, I think they can win the next fight, but it would have to feature Team Family messing it up. And as we've seen with the previous fight, as well as with these couple of support losses, they are feeling a little bit overconfident right now.
Yep, they are.
They're playing on the edge. I don't disagree with it. They're keeping up their vision. They're keeping this aggressive positioning going, but they're paying a bit too high of a price for it.
I think they're starting to underestimate their opponent, which is the worst thing that you can do at this point, but they are keeping up the pressure. At least focus is on the Morphling. Very good farm. 11,000 net worth 20 minutes in. Usually tells that if you can hit the 10k in 20 minutes, tells that you are very well farmed. You're in a very good scenario. And building up into Scotty, so that will make things a lot easier. Get some extra stats. Won't be as much of a glass cannon anymore once you finish that. And they will go straight to the Roach Pit, which is a smart choice here because they know that Gambit cannot challenge it. They instead will take a bottom tower for themselves. They have the pushing power. They get a bit of gold for themselves, but this is the most classic trade, isn't it, Kips?
Mm-hmm. Tier 2 for Roach.
They are moving towards the area, though, but do they want to take this fight?
You can't contest this.
I mean, there's a ward here, there's a ward here. They have so much vision, and they see the smoke coming up as well. And Taki will take the front line. Sees Yol, won't connect with the plasma field, but there's a searing chains onto Razor. He lost a few hundred HP there. Focus. Holding the Aegis.
Still lurking.
This Vampire smoking all the way to the bottom lane. Now it's 5 minutes of dodging.
Yep, 5 minutes of dodging, and I don't think they're going to let you dodge. You see, there's this thing called your base, and if they go take it,
On the positive side, Gambit hasn't given up hope. They are... I think what they really needed there was like in most games where you have a timeout. This was just basically just don't feed for 3 minutes and get your head straight.
Yep, they did that remarkably well, and Yol gets to run away here on the mid lane as well.
Yeah, I have
Pretty
to agree.
fortunate for him.
Because people forget that, like, this game should have already been technically over. Like, Gambit should have called GG. A lot of people would totally agree on that. Mid lane, however, there's a fight breaking loose. Void Spirit might be losing his life. A bubble coming in. Alive for just a bit longer. Jumping out with his ultimate. Now on the chase. Blissey reveals his Blink Dagger as well in the Enigma. Here comes the Marana ulti. Nice jump coming in from the Ember Spirit. The damage will be there. Skylark will fall. Spartan also in a bit of trouble here, but he's able to walk out. Focus on the high ground. Looking for the shotgun. It's Yol. And Yol is gone. So that's 1 for 1, but they only find a support kill. So I think Family Team need to find a bit more. Maybe even the objective in mid. But this is the Aegis. You have to keep that in mind. Arrow. He's playing with his life there.
Ember spent 2 remnants as well. That's basically all he's going to give. He's not safe anymore now. So you're just going to shove out this bottom wave and disappear at any sign of trouble.
He does have Deso and an Imp Claw, so his first hit will do a lot of damage. Mules. Arrow. Well, there was a little ogre in between. The Ogre Bruiser. Basically the bouncer of the bar standing in the way, so you won't throw your arrow. Most bars are still closed, though, with the current situation, but there's a cast to keep the creep wave away, and Yol will survive the shotgun this time, but Focus is able to take the tower. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Lizzie, Skylark, hunting this Enigma, just relentlessly going on him. Silenced up. What can you do but just stand there? Skylark actually walks out there. Not enough firepower to fight against this Weaver, who now has a Maelstrom. Oh, so close to catching the cancel of the teleport there by Skylark. But this gold lead hasn't really moved anywhere for the last 6 minutes even. It's been at 10k for a very stable time. This is a good sign for Gambit to slowly get back into this game. But it's all you need, Kips, is just one mistake. That's all you need. Oh, they are trying to find some Gambit heroes in the bot lane, and Taki will be there. The cast will bounce, but the BKB will be popped. Blizzy pops his black hole. Cube with the arrow will cancel the Enigma from getting anywhere there, so he will be holding his ground for now. And Taki throwing the right clicks. The Excess Vampire Witch Doctor should fall by now. Yol still holding them busy, and he will look for the Marana. Will take down one, so that's 1 for 2. And now the Ember Spirit blown up in the river by Focus, and a Gambit cannot survive this team fight. They will lose a 4th member of their team. That's the Abaddon. 4 gone, and Dream, the lone survivor with the Weaver, wasn't actually even there. Focus getting the chance to push this mid lane. Now Spartan and Skylark are here. Do they have any chance of fighting against this, Kips?
With
No
that
ultis?
lost fight right there, I am very, very dubious. I'd say you let this one go. You focus on that Ember Spirit Aghanim's. Yeah, you can try and buy some time by throwing the supports at this, but honestly, all you're going to do is lose Yol if he comes forward right here.
Yep.
Oh, he went for the high five? No. Yes, he did.
He did. Goodbye, y'all.
Well, he knew what he was buying right there, and he bought it.
If I right now had the sad violin music queued up, I would play it for this Abaddon. 0 and 10 now. 2 assists. Witch Doctor ulti on the Morphling. There's a Maledict up on him, but he's not really taking any damage. That's the
No, especially not with
yeah.
an Essence Ring.
And that's the thing, like, you're playing Morphling against Witch Doctor. If you get Maleficed, you get hit by the spell, the more you do Strength Morph, the less damage Maledict is actually gonna do, because it doesn't take into account how much damage you're taking. It's like... You know what I'm talking about. It's pretty hard to explain in English because I'm a Finnish person, so I don't know how it actually works, but the equation doesn't kind of like fit in. So if you get Maledicted and you Strength Heal after taking damage, it says that you basically haven't taken any damage. And an arrow perfectly onto the Abaddon. Silenced up and everything. The ulti will pop, but Dream in trouble! And there we go. Dream is down. GPK has to try and get out of there as well. But that's 2 heroes gone on a second lane of Rax in trouble. So Gambit, I think their time is slowly coming up to a close. They fought. They've given in an attempt. Dream, or actually Blizzy actually pushing this lane this time, as Dream actually went down in that team fight. So the Enigma is still pushing in, and the top lane will be found by Cube. Yule's arrow, but cannot block that. Starstorm to clear out the Eidolons. There's the Razor as well. Enigma down, and no black hole. Does actually have it in 5 seconds, so if he goes for a buyback, this could be a chance to fight. Focus, diving in deep, trying to find the Witch Doctor here. Pops his ultimate, turns into an Ember Spirit. Has to be careful here, Focus. Some strength gain should do it. Excess Vampire will fall. Yol, very low, will go down as well. And, you know, the inevitable end.
Is he waiting for them to dive the fountain? Is that what this is?
I guess. 1 TP out, Focus. Still Maledicted. Gonna regenerate up a bit, and Taki. But Dream chasing Focus. Dream pops his ulti just in time. Excess Vampire now chased by Entaki. Pops his BKB. Will relentlessly chase down this Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor will survive, actually, but Yol is in the middle of all trouble. Death number 13 for Abaddon. GPK
don't tell
on
me
the
about
run. And Taki's still pushing, and
He wants to try. Blizzy wants to do it.
like Black Hole, there's 2 good cores. There we go. He's got both of them, and cancelled by SA Spartan, just waiting for it to happen. And that's GG. That has to be it. There we go.
Yep, there we go.
GG is called. That means Family Team still have a chance going into the playoffs, requiring them to win their series tomorrow. But with this show, with this fight, I think Game 1 was a more exciting battle. Game 2 was just a show of power. It was the fathers versus the kids in this one. No doubt about it. Family Team, the more dominant team.
That's some aggressive family right there.
Well, you gotta go aggressive mode or Family Team. You gotta decide between either one. But this Family Team is strong. 16-0-10 performance from Focus. Entaki 11-1-14. The Razor pick was really good into this. One bad thing, though, from Gambit. I still don't, and I think I will never accept Witch Doctor and Enigma as your offlane duo. And having Maledict level 1 with Enigma's low damage output, not gonna happen.
Would you have rather seen a bad Enigma? Because I think I still prefer the Witch Doctor on that lane.
Their entire draft is weird. Like, Enigma and Ember Spirit fit together. I like the Weaver pick. You have the Abaddon for cover, but this Witch Doctor and Abaddon, they both just... I don't see them both working in the same draft with these cores. Either you change the cores or you change the supports. But that 4th pick, Enigma, could have been any other hero to get that Witch Doctor enabled. Enigma is like you either solo lane or you have an aggressive support. Witch Doctor had Maledict and didn't get the levels early. And Family Team's safe lane was just much stronger. It's not a lane that you're going to win with sheer power.
Yeah, so Gambit still messing with who's drafting a bit. Probably need to choose one of these 2 drafters, either you or Blizzy, and go on with them. But I do think that it shows a little bit that this was also a scrim for them.
Well, we're going to play out the MVP, so it is time for you, fellow viewers, to choose the MVP of the series. Who is it going to be? Who played the best? And who do you think deserves the MVP prize? We'll be back in just a few seconds. With the Mercedes MVP decision, I am personally going to favor here it looks like the stand-in player Entaki. So Adzantic, who wasn't playing today, I think Entaki came into a really hard spot in a sense. He performed, he's played with these guys before, and I think he just fit really well. Like, really good choice. I have no idea why Adzantic is not playing today, so I cannot tell you that, but I think the stand-in player performed really well around his team today.
I'm going to disagree with you there. I'm just going to throw it to Cube. That man is such fun to watch. I know that the picks that he prefers also kind of force his team into that playstyle, but at the same time, that's how you know you've got a really good +4, much like how it works with Yapster and Secret. He threw some great shackle shots in game 1. Can't believe that I'm saying that. And then was once again reliable as clockwork on this second game with the combos, with the disruption. So for me, it is the Arrow Man all the way.
So I think that's a very heavy statement. So can we actually say that Kip still has some faith regained with the Wind Ranger?
Fine.
Fine. All right, ladies and gents, we're going to close the show for our behalf. We will be back tomorrow with 2 more best of 3 series with T-Panda and Kips. But right after this one, there's going to be a bit of a break until we start running our next series. We, for today, are done. So there's going to be other series and other casters for you. But thank you for tuning in for this series, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, and bye-bye.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Carolina skies in the night, floating by your side. I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?